everyone, it's Relic here, and we are back playing some more Voxelcraft on the VoxelSquad server, sponsored by StickyPistons. So as you can see behind me, I've been doing a little bit of work on the house over in our new area, and yeah, it's taking quite a time because I need bricks and I needed the concrete, both of which takes some resources to make, obviously, and not least the concrete because it does need a lot of iron. And I've done an absolute ton of mining over in the mining dimension in order to get the iron that I need just to get these small bits. And I've started to extend this out a little bit. So a little bit of a trick actually here that I wish I had a thought when I did this, and I may well dig this up and do it as well, is obviously we got chiseling bits, and so all I've done with this is just an actual thin layer. If I just take a bit out of this, you can see it's just grass underneath. Let's just undo that really quickly. So it's just grass underneath there. And I could have done the same here. Could have just put one thick layer and just chiseled off the top of the grass to do that, to be honest. And that would have saved a whole lot. Didn't think of it at the time. And yeah, so I've started to build this up. And it is taking a bit of time. One of the mods in the pack, I didn't realise it at the time because I thought I was going to chisel and bits the roof. If I just stand over here, look how good the edge of this roof looks. Really, really pleased with it. Not sure about the window yet. I may well change the position because it kind of looks a bit lower. I might have another window above it as yet. But the mod that gives us that, if I just go in there, is this one. So it's the missing pieces mod. Never heard of it before, but it's kind of like, I guess, carpenter's blocks, if you like, or if you can't change the textures. Or if you're familiar with architecture craft, obviously that has a wedge in as well. But if I've got something that I can actually do a wedge with, I'll show you why I absolutely love this. Because you can do exactly the same thing that you used to be able to do with carpenter's blocks. Let's just grab, I've got loads of wood, so it doesn't matter if I waste some of this. But if we want to do edging, so you've got that here, it automatically turns the corner. And what's even more cool about this is you can make kind of like a pyramid. So that would be great for topping off something. I'm not sure what, but yeah, you've got the functionality there definitely to do that. Just grab that up so I don't need that there. But yeah, so that is pretty cool. So I'm going to use that for all of the roofing where I can. I'm thinking I'll probably need to use some chiseling bits somewhere. But anyway, that is enough about that. I've done a couple of, four of these supports, and that is going to form the main entranceway. But again, I'm going to be working on a lot of that off camera. But I just wanted to show you what progress I'm making on it. I absolutely hate this door. It's just a vanilla Minecraft door. And I think we've got the Melissus doors mod in here. Let's have a quick look. We haven't. So I don't really know what other kind of doors we've got. Not sure whether you can place those as doors, but if you can, then that would be absolutely fantastic. But yeah, I'll be checking that out for sure. But yeah, so I wanted to show you what I've done so far and how it was coming along. Pretty pleased with it. I think it's going to be amazing when it's done. But yeah, I will be working on it. So anyway, today what I want to do is I want to get straight on and get the Cobbleworks done, like I said I was going to do in the last episode or the episode before that. I can't remember now. But yeah, I want to get that done. So I am going to get myself over to the main base area and we'll get on with that. So I will see you in a minute. Okay, so we're back. And before we can get into this, we're going to need to get into some extra utilities too first. And the reason for that is, and we're going to need the resonator. The reason for that is I want to make a cobble generator as the start, obviously, of the whole Cobbleworks. And what we're going to need to make that work, because I want to use the, let's get caps lock off. I want to use the transfer nodes. So we're going to need one of these, the mining upgrade, so it allows the transfer nodes to actually work. So if you remember in 1.7.10, you had the world interaction upgrade. Well, I guess this is kind of a similar a similar thing. But yeah, we need, in order to make that, we're going to need a gold pickaxe, which is easy enough. But we're also going to need one of these upgrade bases, which is a weighted pressure plate, or a gold pressure plate in the resonator. And the resonator is pretty easy to make. And we've got all the stuff that we need to make it, but we haven't got any means of powering it yet. So we're going to need to make some solar panels as well. So we're going to need some iron, one of these resonating crystals, and some redstone. So let's just quickly grab a block of coal. And well, he's managed to put too many in there. Let's go and grab some iron, which hopefully I've got some of that sitting over here ready to pick up. I haven't, but that's fine. We'll get that running off. And I'll go and find the resonator, which should be in this chest, which it is. A couple of bits of redstone. And have I not got any iron in here already? I haven't. I've been working through the iron pretty quickly, so we just need to wait for that to finish. But then, yeah, so we're going to need some solar panels to actually power this thing. And this is going to be these ones. So we're going to need some polished stone, bit of lapis, and yeah, so we are going to need plenty of stone as well, which I don't have, I don't think at the moment. Let's just go and quickly double check if I had any stone. In fact, let's have a check in the proper place. May well be over here. And oh yeah, we have. Fantastic. Right, so we've got that. Okay, so we need to grab some polished stone. I'm not really sure how much of this we're going to need. So if we just do, I think it was just like that, wasn't it? Yeah, polished stone. Let's just do that much of that. And let's go and check how many resonators we've got, because we haven't got that many. I haven't really done that much manual mining because of the whatever mod it is that's making mobs spawn. But yeah, that's fine. Let's grab a load of lapis, and that should be what we need for now. So let's first of all then, let's make the resonator, and then we can kind of work out how many of the solar panels that we actually need. So we should just be able to grab that. Excellent. And we can put that down. I guess that I'll put that down inside somewhere for now if I pop that there. And yes, so we need to grab the gold. And we'll just do this in stages. So, oh yeah, we've got all the nuggets, so that's fine. We'll just do this in stages so that it doesn't, we don't overdo it. I haven't got that many resources, so I don't really want to waste any by making more than I need. So we need 8 GP. So let's go back into solar panel, and I'm trying to think how many of these make. So we need 8 of these basically, which we have got enough stuff to make that. In fact, each one of those makes 3. Let's take that off of there. So 1, 2, 3. Good. That's that. We've got the achievement for it as well. And we will pop those somewhere. And I'm not sure where at the moment. I think actually I'll put them up here on top of this so that we can't see them. Obviously, I'm going to have to move all of this stuff when we go over. That was probably the best jump that I've done yet with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, there we go. So we have got, yeah, that's going to go up to 9. Good. So let's have a look and see. This should now be working, which it is. Right, and there is our upgrade base. Good. That was quicker than I thought it was going to be. So let's go back into the mining upgrade. Obviously seems to be the one that I can't spell at the moment. Yeah, we need a golden pickaxe. Let's just quickly throw one of those together like so. Good. Pop that in there. Pop that in there. There's the mining upgrade. And now I think that I've got some transfer nodes over in one of these chests. If we have, it will be, yeah, there we go. So there's the transfer node. Then we're going to need another bucket because we are going to need to grab some lava, which I don't think I've got enough for a bucket in here. I certainly haven't, have I? No, there's only a little bit in there. Right, I'm going to go grab some lava. I'm going to grab the rest of the bits that I need to continue this, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so got a load of the stuff together. I've created a couple more of the solar panels and put them on top, just because this is going to require more grid power, I think. But we're going to put it here. Like I said, we're going to be moving, so it doesn't really matter at the moment about making stuff look nice. But we throw the lava in there, we'll throw that in here, and I think the thing has to be on the front. So if we pop the transfer node here, and then we pop this in here, and of course that needs to be a piece of cobble. Right, so that was a bit of a silly mistake. So let's just take those two out for a minute. Otherwise we're going to have stuff running everywhere. And we'll take that out, grab that, and I've got some cobble anyway, so we'll pop that there, and we'll do it with the right bits of stuff for sure. And pop that back on the front, like so. Put the mining upgrade in, and fingers crossed. Yeah, there we go. Right, so we now get some mining. Now obviously we can make that work faster with some stack upgrades and speed upgrades, but for now that is doing exactly what I want it to do. And if we were to put a piece of pipe on there and then grab a drawer, which I've already made, and we'll pop that on top, and hopefully that will now start filling up with cobble. Good. Right, so we've got the first part, we've got our cobble production, and the next thing is we are going to need to turn some of that into stone, because we're going to want stone. Now obviously this is not working fast enough at the moment to supply everything, so we will need to get those upgrades done. So I don't want to put anything in front, because I want to be able to have access to that transfer node. Now I'm kind of thinking that if we were to be a bit clever and just take out a little bit more of this wall, like so, what we could do is we could put that this side. Okay, take that torch out. The lava hopefully is creating enough lights. Just turn on F7 for a minute, which it is. Cool, so we don't need to worry about the torch there. And of course we're going to need another transfer node, because I don't think that will work just like that. It won't. But for now I'm not too worried about that. I'll make the transfer node afterwards, but just know that's where the stone is going to go. And then we're going to want to bring this cobble off into here, because the next thing that we want to make is gravel. Now it should be fairly easy. Obviously we can use the mystical agriculture, but we're miles off of that for now. And yeah, so gravel is a secondary output from the sag mill. Right, so that isn't quite what we want. So we want to use the sag mill for sand. And alright, okay. Cobble creates gravel first of all. So what was that? Oh, if it's compressed gravel, then it makes gravel. Fine. So yeah, cobble is going to make that, and then sand. Let's just check what, because if sand is a secondary output, then there must be something else that will make making sand easier, and that will be the crusher. Okay, so we've already got a crusher. We know that we can make that, and that's fairly easy. One of the actual additions, bits and pieces. And then hopefully there's an upgrade we can do to make that a little bit quicker, because I remember it wasn't that fast. And then we can siphon off some of that to turn into glass, which we're not going to use a huge amount of that, but yeah, it'd just be quite handy. So let's make ourselves a sag mill and start messing about. So first of all then, sag mill, and I don't know how I keep turning my button on there. Right, so we are going to need one of these, so we need some nuggets. So of course I didn't have everything that I need. And as always, let's go over here and let's grab out some nuggets like so. And make ourselves one of those like so. And we should be able to... Oh, we haven't got the iron for that. In fact, we have. It's just in block form at the moment. Right, there's the iron. Have I not got any of those already? I thought for some reason that I should have some iron bars already, but seemingly not. No, we haven't. Fine. I just don't want to waste stuff, like I said before. So we'll make some iron bars. We'll pop that in there. And then we should be able to throw this basic machine chassis together. And then we're going to need a piston as well, which is going to require some wood. So let's just really quickly grab some of that. Pop that together. And there's the piston. And then finally, the sag mill itself, which is of course going to need something else that we haven't got. And tell me that I've got more flint than that I have, but not a lot. Now hopefully that'll be one of the drops, because it is always handy to have a bit of flint, especially I guess when we're going to want some arrows at some point when we start upgrading our weapons. So we've got the sag mill and the crusher. Should be fairly easy to do as well. In fact, what is the extra utilities? If we could make the extra utilities one, that would potentially be a bit easier, because we can just use some more grid power. So sand, can that be made in the extra? Yeah, that's just going to show that crusher. I guess everything that it can be made in. So it can be made in there. And that gives a 10% chance. Okay, so this crusher then will turn cobble into gravel and sand. And it will turn gravel into sand. And we know we can make upgrades easier for that. I'm leaning more towards making that, because that looks potentially as though it's a little bit easier. So let's grab a chest. So we need a few of those, and like so. I'm going to pop the extra over there for now, because we are fast running out of inventory space. Okay, let's just go in here, type in crusher, so it's this one, and we are going to need some pistons, so I'm going to need more wood. I should have just turned the whole lot into wood, and everything would have been far easier. Right, so there we go. So we want one of those. Could we not have just made two at once? Because now we need some more cobblestone. Oh dear. Right, let's grab that. As always, I don't ever have what I need in my inventory. Axe upgrade. Right, and now we should be able to throw that together and throw the actual crusher itself together. Good. So we've got the two bits that we need, and we might as well make another furnace while we're here, because we're going to need that as well. Now obviously we're going to need to grab some of this charcoal down to do this, but for now we'll just make it manually. And we're going to need the transfer nodes as well, which I shall do in a minute. So we're going to draw the cobble off into here, and then some of that cobble, in fact, do we want it to go into, I think potentially we do actually want it to go into a storage drawer first. So let's go into here, just wait for the server. What is going on? Okay, so sorry about that. My internet went down for a while. The electricity company is doing some maintenance works on our road, and yeah, so it's been down for about an hour, so I can't remember what I was doing. I think I was making a storage crate, so let's actually get on and do that, because we want to siphon off that gravel and do it that way. So there's our chest, and in fact, why don't we make a few of these? It would save some time in the long run. So turn some of that into wood as well. In fact, we'll turn all of it into wood, why not? And so let's grab that and that. We'll grab the rest of that out in a second, like so. Good. Right, so there is some storage crates. Now pop that up there for now, and one of those is going to go into here, so that's where our gravel is going to go. And I'm hoping that this can output directly into this, which it can. Good. So if we right click that, it's going to push into there, and I'm hoping that that will work. And then obviously it's not going to be able to pull directly out to that, so we'll put the crusher next to that. And obviously we are going to need, yeah, we're going to need some more grid power in order to do that, I think. Oh no, we've got enough. As long as we're not running more than one thing at once, that should work. Although that's saying that that needs RF as well. Okay, well, we'll come to that in a minute. If we need to draw some power from over here to this, then we will do that. Yeah, and obviously then we're going to need the transfer upgrade. So that then will be our sand. And then the final bit, and I've put this in a bit of an unfortunate position just here, will be to grab some of that sand, which I guess we can do here, to pull that out. In fact, no, let's not do that. Let's break that again. What a ridiculous position to have put this in. I'm not sure. Has this got a configuration to auto output? It hasn't, so I'm guessing we're going to have to pull it out with a transfer node. If we put... Where can we put the crate? No, we'll put the crate on top. Like so. No, that would be a really bad position as well, wouldn't it? Because... yeah, to pull it out. Fine, we'll put the crate just here, and then we will put the furnace here, and the final crate here, which is going to be the glass. It's a bit spread out. When we move, we'll get it a lot more compact, but for now I just want to get the whole thing working. So I'm going to nip away anyway. I'm going to make a load more of the transfer nodes for the bits and pieces that I need. And yes, I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I've linked a few of these bits and pieces up. So we've got the transfer nodes on here and that, and we've got some power from the relays coming in. Obviously, when we move it, we'll make it all look a little bit more compact and try to, in fact, we probably won't need these relays for much longer. But for now, that's the source of power we've got. And I've changed the crate here to 3 crates, and the reason why is obviously because it's got the secondary drops, and I didn't realise it kicked out flint as well. So if we link this up, they should all go to their respective places. And one up there. And can I get that one on there? Yes, we can. Good. So, does that not send out the secondary item at all? It does. Okay, it's just, it does it in order. It's because there was already stuff in there. Fine. So, and then the flint will go in there. Cool. So we got some sand already, which means we don't need this one just here because we'll use that as our main sand storage, and already we can get this looking a little bit more compact. So we'll grab that out. And in fact we won't, because we need to put the crusher back down again. So the crusher is gonna go here. Cool. And we should be able to pick that up now, which we can. Good. And we want to pull out the gravel that we've got going in here. So we want to do gravel into here. So hopefully that fills with gravel, which it does. And we've got some grid power, but we need RF on there as well. So we'll pop that on top, and we will just for now link it to here. So that should now, let's just watch that for a second, make sure that that is creating us what we need. Grid is overloaded, so it needs grid power and RF. Okay, oh, it must be night. It's night outside. Right, let's go and sleep really quickly. Okay, that's that sorted out, and now hopefully that is working again, which it is. Right, so that's creating sand. It is also, I believe it's going to create that secondary output, I think, of gravel. So we want to go around the back, and hopefully we can do it this way. Which one is the sand? So it needs to go into the middle one. So we'll bring this along here, up here, and into here. Now we can't get out. Right, fine. So now that should now be filling up with sand, and it is taking the sand out. Good. We'll keep our eye on that and just make sure that that isn't sort of getting backed up with a secondary output. I should have looked really. So cool. So we're creating gravel, we're creating sand, and we're creating flint, and we're not doing this very fast. So we definitely want an upgrade in there. And then finally for the glass, we'll upgrade those to electric furnaces as well when we can. I guess that we can put the glass over here somewhere. So if we put that there, then we can pour some of the sand out directly. And I now can't get behind there. So let's just drill out a little bit of this top just so that we've got a bit more room to work. Right, cool. So we now get behind. Can I still not do this? Oh, I can. Good. Right. So, we want to be able to pull this sand out, and we're struggling with that now. Okay, so a few minutes later, and we're back, and I've sorted the pipe work out. So I've kind of like dug around a little bit behind here, just so that they didn't all link up. And I did try the, I don't know if I've still got them on me actually, I haven't, I put them away, but I did try both the crescent hammer and the actual wrench from Extra Utilities 2 itself, and I couldn't seem to get any of them to separate these, and I seem to remember you used to be able to do that before, but yeah, maybe I'm doing something wrong. But anyway, I've set myself up an alloy smelter as well, and I've gone ahead and made myself some energetic alloy, and I just need to make some more of that. Just to speed that up, I'm just really quickly going to grab this upgrade out of here and just pop it in here. Oh no, it needs, hang on, let's put that one in there for a sec, that'll make it work faster. Wrong one, wrong mod. Let's pop that back. And of course it's dark outside, so we've got no power at the moment, but we'll sort that out in a minute. So I just want to get myself a bunch of the energetic alloy, and then we're going to make the, I think it's called the pulsating alloy. Once this is finished, we'll grab, I think, one more piece maybe of this. Right, let's just dump those out of there for now, and then we'll put the energetic alloy. In fact, can we take this? Oh yeah, it was still running. Let's just put that back. I just need to clear some space really quickly, as always. And wow, this is just so slow at times. Right, so we've got the energetic alloy. So if we pop that in here, in fact, we'll pop, I think, 3 bits of that we'll need, and some ender pearls. Now that will make us the next level up. And the reason why is I want to make myself one of these octadic capacitors. So we're going to need another double layer actually. So we need some coal powder, and we're going to need some more basics. So hopefully I've got the stuff that I need to make the basics. I'm just missing some gold nuggets. So we'll turn one of those into nuggets, and then we can grab ourselves another one of those. In fact, we're going to need 2 of those. So let's just grab another one. Right, it's 2 of those. And then we need that coal powder back again. So let's pop those over here. Grab ourselves another double layer capacitor, and that'll go with the one that we've got in here, along with our stuff. Right, let's pop that there, and we'll pop that there. In fact, we might as well just make another one of those while we're at it. Grab that double layer capacitor. So that's 2 of those, and then that's the top level of the basic capacitors, enhanced capacitors. Right click and ender crystal. Okay, well, that's a different mod anyway. But what we want is this. So we should... Now we want some glowstone in the middle of there. Tell me that we've got enough. I haven't used it all. Good. Because that would have been quite annoying. I had to go down to the end to get some glowstone because for whatever reason, in fact, that's not how you make glowstone. It's like that. For whatever reason, I hadn't got any already. So let's now grab that. So there's that octadic capacitor. What that's going to do is it's going to make this work a whole lot faster. Now it's going to go through the power a bit quicker, but it means that this will be fed a lot quicker, which means that we will always have a full amount of gravel in here, because remember we've got the upgrade in here as well. Now obviously we can make that work a lot faster by putting more upgrades in there, and obviously this is full now, so it's all starting to fill up, it's all starting to work now. It just needs a few more upgrades and this thing will be absolutely flying. We've got a ton of sand in there. We've got a full stack of this in here, but in fact we could probably siphon that off to a chest now, I would think, or perhaps even a storage crate would be better. So if we were to put this here, and I think we'd have to dig down underneath here in order to do that. So let's just quickly jump down there, grab. Now hopefully this is the right place to grab stuff out of. Let's just double check. And yeah, so there's the stone is coming out of the bottom of there. And oh, I'm stuck, I can't get out now. That was a bad move. Right, like so. And then if we put some transfer pipe here, up here, and into here, and one up there. Now what is that doing? Hopefully it should. In fact, I've got a better way. Let's just break that up. We'll do it a different way. We will break that away, put that there, and now that should work. Let's get out of here again. Cool, right, so that's filling it with stone. That is, why is that changed colour? It's so weird when these do this. Right, it's only that one. I've no idea. I've seen it before, I really don't know why it does it. But yeah, cool, so that's filling it faster with cobble now. We're going to need to bolster up our power because now the single oil generator is not good enough for that. And this is always now full with gravel. And that's going to struggle because the power is taken over there. But so we've got an absolute ton of sand. And then what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to maybe just create a chest and half fill it so that we've got a good supply of glass as well. But yeah, cool. Pretty happy with that. That is doing pretty much what I want it to do. And now, as I say, we've got the capacitor in there. It's just working that little bit better. I'm guessing that this is going to be the thing that I'm going to be most interested in. Probably. We all seem to want to use stone, and I don't want to keep relying on this pick all the while. So that is going to be the end of the episode. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, then remember to hit that like button. Always appreciated. Thanks ever so much for watching. And until next time, take care, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.